Hi, hey, and hello, Internet. Once again, it is Jordan, and we are doing another game of the Raisin Neon and the Broken Lords podcast, where we last left our heroes. Midge, Jaybird, Jabranka, and Ennis. I remember. I know how to do words. And the intergalactic agent Ennis did some sick... If you could have kick-flipped your car, you would have kick-flipped your car, but it's impossible to do that physically. Moves off the freeway and ducked a blockade from the evil of Big Corn. And so as the camera pans, as we get a back shot of the white-winged dove leaving chasers in the dust, and in the city skyline, the tower of exotic transports looms in the background. We zoom in, we zoom in, we zoom in further, and now we're in the ducks. As three grimy boys are crawling their way up from floor 19 to 20. It's not comfortable in here. It's pretty dusty. There's no ermine as far as you can see, but you're in a ventilation system of a tower. It's not the best.
It's snug.
Pretty snug in here. But Renbray had been keeping an eye on the map, in his element, flourishing, moisturized, etc. Has been leading...
Oh my god, why do you have to say it like that?
I don't know. I feel like this is a Renbray situation. This is like, crawling like a grime lord in the ducks is what... Listen, that's how he butters his bread. That's where the money's made, baby.
When did Renbray have time for skincare? I need to know this.
You make the time. You make the time.
He's always creaming.
Physically flourished. Physically moisturized, I guess.
Metaphysically moisturized.
Metaphysically...
I don't know what that means. Listen, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. We've lost the plot.
That is a see me after class conversation. What
no, I'm the fucking teacher in this analogy. Shut the fuck up. Sit down. Sit down.
Yeah, see the teacher after class. Fuck you.
Damn.
Metaphysically moisturized. Okay, anyways, I'm sorry. That train has derailed, fallen off the cliff, and exploded.
Keep it all in, you coward. Anyway.
Why are we keeping it all in? You're not even supposed to be on comms. What are you doing here? Who are you? Why are you in our house?
What?
About 15 minutes after we find our heroes crawling through the vents, Renbray mentioned that the ducks that you planned on getting out of are there, right? You are at floor 20. You're at the C-level, corporate executive level suites. And your exit is upon you. As far as you could see when he mentioned to the vents, you were on the ceiling. It's not a bad drop or anything like that, but you'll want to be a little bit careful. I don't know, you're 8 feet up, 9 feet up?
Yeah.
And as far as you can tell, it's a storage area. There are red emergency lights on, and that, emergency, intruders, all levels, emergency.
I can't remember what we were doing first. If we were jacking the intel, or if we were jacking the ship first.
You were jacking the intel.
Yeah.
What you do know is that head of security Jonathan Gresham's office is on this floor. From what you looked at when you guys made this initial plan, the ventilation system doesn't have too many really convenient openings up here, and they won't necessarily lead you to his office, right? But you could get it from this floor. And as head of security, you guys believe you could find access to wherever you need to where he's at.
So we effectively have a tracer on the thing we need to get.
Right.
And Ren's first?
Ren would be first.
Yes.
All right. You all three drop down. Again, mostly storage area. There's some mops, some cleanup equipment, chemicals, all that kind of jazz. When Ren puts his ear to the door, It sounds busy out there. This is probably where the important people would be if the important people were around. As well as the head of security's office, you can imagine somewhat busy at this moment. Mm-hmm. So, there's some people here, as far as you can see. Maybe not wall to wall. You hear movement, you hear shuffling, you hear terse conversations every couple minutes or so.
And how close are we to our destination?
Unfortunately, you're going to be mostly on the other side of the building of Johnny Boy.
Oh, God. So we have to circumvent the entire perimeter, basically.
Yeah.
To get to the head of security's office.
Yeah.
And, I mean, during a crisis, what would he be doing in his office?
I'm just saying, we did have a long road to tow, apparently. We had the ventilation blueprints?
You did? Okay. Would you like to spend that on that? Okay.
I'm trying to think. I've got 2 intel.
Okay.
I mean, I was thinking more spending intel for, a valid excuse as to why the fuck we're on this floor.
I've
Okay,
also got
just
an intel,
just
so.
if you want to bullshit somebody,
Like a
kind of thing.
mercenary team that they hired recently, or
They know that there's been like a mercenary team that's been operating out of this office or in the region with Big Corn. I just want to be able to walk up to someone and be like, I'm with them, and they're not going to be questioning it at the moment, because, like...
Spend that intel.
Yeah. Alright, I've spent the one intel.
Here's what I'll tell you.
Yeah.
You know, as a veteran of this shit, and when you saw things hitting the fan,
Sure.
you've kept your eye... You have like a little radio device that you've been using. You know, you've had this for a while. You've been able to jack into people's communications and all that. And you do know someone cut the line to main corporate, Exotics United. So they've not been able to call in backup for them. They have been going through, out of desperation, as far as you could tell, through their, I guess their hard lines, for lack of a better term.
yeah, like a quick hot fix.
Exactly, and also fixers around these parts are going to have the fastest line to get decent to high. If you need muscle fast and without a lot of questions, they're really good people to go through. So they've been actually going through Melanie to try and spring up some fighters, and just to stem the tide until they figure their shit out with their main corporate headquarters. Because if you guys haven't noticed, Big Corn is a couple floors behind you at this point. They've been really efficient.
Special thanks to Toys and Things in Danvers, Massachusetts, Reaper Miniatures, Off the Wall Games in Hadley, Massachusetts, Games and Friends in Springfield, Massachusetts, as well as AAA Games Arena in Wilbraham, Massachusetts. If you enjoy the show, help the podcast grow. Give us a follow on Twitter at Lords Broken, join the community Discord, and maybe consider offering a small tribute to the old ones on our Ko-Fi. All these links and more can be found in our link tree at linktr.ee/thebrokenlords. Thank you.